There's lots of snow on the ground.
Yeah, it is February,
Yeah, I snoo blew twice yesterday.
How was that?
It was bullshit. Episode 68.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Raid. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago, hell, I got the hell out. From time to time, you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crossing roads is where I learned to play. Westwood Taverns where
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's another morning pod. We do podcasts in the morning now.
I know, it's very strange.
I know, because our schedules are all out of whack. And whereas we used to do podcasts in the evening over a fine case of beer, now we wake up in the morning with our morning
With our morning
scruff,
Our morning scruff.
drinking coffees and trying to. Well, I think it'd probably be a good idea to do podcasts in the morning because you're all ambitious in the morning, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe that's wrong.
I'm not that ambitious in the morning, but I feel like I'm definitely more coherent with a couple cups of coffee in me.
I find in the evening I get kind of like, fucking, I'm sick of being a bum. What's this life all about? And then I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and I'll be like, brand new day.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a morning person I'm not dancing down the hallway like it's morning, get it. It's more like, okay, another chance at redemption.
Yeah. Another start to the day. You don't know what the day holds. It's full of possibilities.
So you think these podcasts would be better then?
Well, it's still us.
But they're just the same. Everything's the same. There I go again. Is it evening now? Everything's the same. There's no point.
Same, everything's stupid.
Well, what are you gonna do? Everything's open again.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Uh-huh.
I still don't know how I feel about it.
Today is they reopened yesterday, but you probably, if you're listening to this, you probably won't hear it until a couple days from now. But today will be like the first day of everyone going back to work, or not back to work, but well, I guess so. Some people. Restaurants are open and gyms. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, a gym is a cesspool on a regular day. I can't imagine it right now with people in and out of masks, touching stuff. Like, can you ever Sanny anything enough?
Well, that's it. Like in a normal situation, if you're waiting in line at a gas station, the person in front of you is probably not sweating from every pore, wiping his forehead and touching shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's controlled there somewhat, but I don't know I don't even know, like, how do you even do that in a gym? Like, police a gym in that sense, like, put up safety precautions, because everyone's in there just touching and sweating and heavy breathing and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, on a good day, I could go to the gym and see people not wipe down their equipment after using it, and that would be like, oh, that's gross. Like, I better go clean that before I use it. But now it's like, there's so much more danger to it. Like, fucking clean up after yourself.
Yeah, and masks, you know what? Like, a mask ain't going to do shit in a gym if you're on a treadmill with a mask on.
I would pass out.
Well, it's not even that. It's like you're breathing pretty heavy anyway, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like a thin surgical mask or a cloth mask, it's like, okay, if you're standing in line at the gas station, completely normal heart rate, just breathing through your mask is like your breath, your the pressure of the air coming out of your lungs is not that intense, right?
Yeah.
It's just regular breathing, which those masks are probably designed for. All of a sudden you're in a treadmill, like huff, under the mask. The mask ain't gonna do shit. It's gonna go like It's gonna go like everywhere, up, down, everyone. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I wouldn't go. People go to the gym. Go get your gains, your
Yeah.
swole. But fucking, that's crazy, man. And you wonder. My prediction is that they do it like it's happened already before. It happens time and time again. Things get better, and then they open up places, and then things get worse, and then
we
before you
spike
know
again.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last because I figure we're going to open stuff up. People are going to go hog wild. And then, all it takes is just a couple people to be fucking irresponsible. And then you ruin it for everybody else and it all closes down again.
Everybody's irresponsible.
Everybody's irresponsible. But I mean, like, really irresponsible. Like the story about, I don't know if you heard about this, but before everything closed down this most recent time, these two dudes bar hopped down Elgin Street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they had outstanding tests that they didn't have their confirmation for yet, and they still went out and bar hopped.
I know, and they infected like everybody.
Yeah, and they ended up having a positive test result, and then like I think 3 or 4 of these like bars that they visited had to close down for like in quarantine for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, didn't they work for like the city or the government or something too?
I'm not sure.
So they thought they were like these. Oh, we're this responsible, respectable gentlemen. No, you're fucking just like everybody else.
Yep.
You know,
just some irresponsible jerk.
you're not Dr. Goddamn Fauci. It's not like you watch the news. You watch the news and you pick up your little tips, but you look at people like you go to the grocery store and it's just like people are just, they wear their masks and stuff like that, but that's all they do. They don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a shit.
Nope.
Anyway, we're doomed. But Biden was on. He did his what are those?
Town hall?
Town hall. There you go. I was gonna say open house, and he said that he can expect things to start going back to normal as early as Christmas of this year. That's a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hopefully, at least he was honest about it, though. Whereas Trump would be like, no, everything's fine. Don't worry about it anymore. Do you remember before? I'm not going to go into political corner on Ego and Vice, but do you remember before the election, before the actual election, Donald Trump, one of his last rallies, he's like, yeah, and don't worry about coronavirus. After November 3rd, you won't be hearing about it anymore. Meaning he was just going to
stop talking about it.
Yeah, wild, eh?
Yep. Just put your head in the sand, plug your ear, like earmuffs, like la 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 la
Yeah,
la la
what a
la.
moron. What a moron that man is.
That's how my dad used to tell me to deal with like scary dreams or monsters. It was not very helpful as a child because he wasn't like, oh, there's no such thing. He was just like, if you can't see them, they can't see you. So he's literally just telling me to like hide under my blankets. He's like, oh yeah, they just can't see you.
Well,
It's fine.
Solid advice. I guess.
Solid parenting.
Well, what's he gonna do? I think that's fair. I do that too sometimes when I'm laying in bed, even now, and now that I'm like an adult, where I'll get creeped out for some reason. I'll get a thought in my head, and I'll lay in bed, and it's just like I think about like opening my eyes, and there's like someone standing there.
Yep.
So I just don't open my eyes. It's the same way. It's the same
It
idea.
is. Yeah.
It totally makes sense. And then eventually, I think your dad's whole philosophy on that is that as long as they can't see you, eventually you're going to feel safer, and then you're going to think about something else. Right?
I guess so.
I don't know. That's what I do. Because eventually, when I don't close, I either fall asleep or my mind...
Shifts to something else.
Yeah, and then I was like, what the hell? Not that I was really scared to... If someone's there. I want to see a ghost. I want to see a spook.
A specter?
A specter. A goblin. I do. Wouldn't that just change the perspective of your entire world?
Oh yeah. It would be life altering, not only for you, but for like everybody.
Yeah. Like, well, for me.
Well, for you.
Yeah. Because imagine, like, we live this life and then we die and then we're dead and then, you go through life thinking that. You can be like, Jesus will save me. You can go through life thinking like that too. Everything's fine. But, science. If you believe in the science, it's like you live, you die, and that's it. You know what I mean? You got your little run. You're an accident. You're a coincidence. Your existence is a... Anyway. But how fucking great would it be to just, like, be at home alone at night, and all of a sudden your fucking dead uncle walks into the room and says, hey, what's up? Don't worry about it. I'd be like, Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
Or-
I've definitely been in places that I thought were haunted, but I've
Yeah.
never seen anything.
People are scared of ghosts. I welcome ghosts as long as they're nice ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You don't want a poltergeist.
No.
No, that's bad.
Well, at this point, on that train of thought, though, I would take any sort of thing as long as it didn't last a long time.
What if it was malevolent?
Kick him in the butt. Kick him in the nuts.
In his spectral nuts?
No, but the point is, regardless, it doesn't matter if it's mean or if it's angry or if it's haunting or if it's like screws your brain up. The idea is you've seen it.
Yes.
You have proof.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that would change your entire thinking.
Oh, yeah. Your entire life, your entire worldview, your, like, everything would be fundamentally altered forever.
Yeah. Be wild.
Yeah. I like listening to, like, ghost stories. Like, I have a couple podcasts where people write in their own, like, spectral stories, and I love that shit because, as I said, like, I'm still convinced that the house I grew up in, my parents' house, was a little haunted.
Just a little bit.
Just a little teeny bit haunted.
Little bit.
Just a teeny bit haunted. Just one room.
Oh.
I'm convinced. The room I shared with my sister Sam when we were kids. There's one room, one bedroom in the house, and it's funny. I always felt the malevolence coming from the closet, and I learned later that that closet has a little opening in the roof to
For
get
the
into
attic?
for the attic.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, what's up there? And then nothing. It's full of insulation. Like it's not a usable attic. But I was convinced as a child that room was haunted.
You ever notice how, like, attics in the movies, you could, like, when the ladder drops, you go up there and there's, like, a whole other room and you got, like, boxes and storage and
There's so
places
much room for
places
activities.
to hang out. You ever been in an attic?
No, thankfully.
No, you basically open the ceiling and it's just a big insulated hot triangle. There ain't no fucking old records and and like
Grandma's
and,
treasure.
and like grandma's old like like seamstress dummy, you know, that's
Yeah.
in the corner. There ain't nothing like that.
A big trunk full of like
Now,
stuff.
I'm sure there must be houses like that somewhere, but I think that's a lot of Hollywood. I think the attic is a Hollywood thing. Who stores stuff in attics? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Maybe it's an American thing. Is it an
Maybe.
American thing?
Tell us.
Maybe Canadians don't make attics, because every attic I've ever been in is just a big construction zone, very small, very hot. It's hot because it's so insulated, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know, whatever. Who cares? That's stupid. I feel ghosts. No, not ghosts. Dumb. Sometimes at work, I have to go into basements.
Ugh.
And sometimes I'll walk down there and it's just like doot doot doot, and you know, and sometimes it's an unfinished basement, sometimes it's finished. But if it's dark and they don't maintain their light bulbs, you always get that one pull string and their light bulbs burnt out and shit. And I have to go to the electrical panel, which is in like the back of the basement or one room.
Mm-hmm.
And in older homes, I always get super freaked out. Like I get this weird kind of like, and once I get that thinking, I'm just like I do my work really quick, and I've had times where I've literally like turned around and fucking bolted up the stairs.
Yep.
Like I have my tools up, my tool belt on, and I fucking running up the stairs just because I'm so freaked out and my tools are flying. And then I realize I get to the top of the stairs and I feel better. I'm like, whoa, that was weird. And I look down at the bottom of the stairs and I dropped one of my tools and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I gotta go back down. And I don't know what it is. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often or every time. It's just I get weird feelings in certain places. Down by Bayshore Shopping Center,
Okay.
they have these row houses, like I think it's on Woodridge Drive, where they're like townhouses, but they're in one big long, like
a big block?
building, right?
Okay.
So there's a door on one end and a door on the other end, and you walk down, and it's almost like the hallway of an apartment building, where it's like doors on either side, because there's apartments on either side of the thing,
Okay.
right? But they're all ground level. Imagine imagine the 9th floor of an apartment building when you walk in. You know what I mean? You get off the elevator and you look both ways, and there's doors.
Yeah, of course.
Apartments, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that as a single building, ground level.
Huh.
Yeah, they're just like weird townhouses or apartments or something like that. But when I have to go there to install stuff, they have access tunnels into the basement. And if you picture a hallway in an apartment, they're long, right?
Yeah.
So when you go down into the tunnel, it's like basically there's no windows because you're in a basement, and it's just this long hallway. But the lights are always out, and you have to kind of like turn them on as you go, or you flick on the switch, and there's only like 3 working. And the electrical panel where I need to be is right at the end of the hallway.
Oh no, I hate it.
They're so scared.
Oh no.
Because I have a flashlight, but what's worse than being in the dark and having the flashlight light? Because the only thing you can see is like dark, but that circle of light, and all of a sudden you go by that one thing, and then you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so anyway.
That's terrible. That's like every survival game that you play. You get a flashlight, and you don't even have your like. That's all you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that sucks. I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that sounds super creepy. I used to be scared of the basement in my parents' house, but I was always afraid of the dark. And the way they did it, like the light was at the bottom of the stairs, so you'd have to go all the way down the stairs to like reach around the corner and flick on the light.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were a lot of times when, as a kid, like I would, because you always had to turn off the lights, because my dad was very militant. Don't waste energy. So you'd like flick the lights, and then I would just bolt up the stairs and up and around the corner, and I would always feel like this presence at my back being like, don't turn around, don't turn around.
I know, that's it. It's like you're all panicked. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like a panic. I don't know. I'm sure everyone has had that. Maybe some people are all tough and cool, too cool for school, but
Well, we don't like them.
yeah, I've had that thing. But my thing is like faces out of nothing.
Oh.
Not even faces. It's just like, you know, my fear of being underwater, and you know how you can look far and all of a sudden it just gets blurry.
Yeah.
My fear is having that giant open mouth of that shark just appear slowly out of that fucking abyss. So that was like those tunnels. It was like you could see like 10 feet in front of you, but it's like a 50-yard tunnel. And all it was black, and I was just my imagination goes, and I just picture something coming out of that darkness, you know? It creeps me out.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm a man. I have a beard. I'm an adult.
Yeah, no, I've had plenty of those fears. And I mean, there's always some sort of Hollywood thing that pops into your brain that backs it up, where you're just like, oh, was this exact scenario when this thing came out of the
Well,
whatever.
that's what horror movies is now. It's all jump scares and shit.
That's why I prefer like a nice slow burn thriller where I'm getting like slowly freaked out, or the music has got me like that good ambiance. So I'm anxious, but I'm not like bleh.
And angry?
Anxious and angry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, freaks me out. And the other thing is cameras and video recordings. Like if you're in like a space and then you get back the negative or the video, and for whatever, because there's face recognition on everything now. I've seen pictures that people have posted where they'll have that little rectangle around where the face should be, and there's a group of people like standing in like a darker room and the flash is on, and they're all standing there like arms around each other, like hugging and whatever in their faces, and then like just over their like right shoulder in the darkness there's another one of those rectangles, and there's just nothing there, and that just freaks me out.
I've never seen that. That's creepy sounding.
It's creepy as shit.
It is a creepy thing.
Ugh.
Maybe it was a bat.
Yes, it was a bat.
Maybe it was Batman.
Ooh.
He's stealthy.
I am the night.
He's stealthy. I am vengeance. So, yeah, other than that, what else is going on? Fucking lots of snow. Shit's opened up. We'll be closed down in 3 weeks. Work's going well. You got a new job.
I did get a new job. I got a side hustle. I got a second job, which is always a fun time. But it seems good so far. It's still in the industry. It's a little bit of a trek. It's out in the South Keys area. But yeah, I'm at a food truck. And I'm slinging burgers and tasty fried sides. And yeah.
Yeah, I tried some of the food. Yes, do you want to promote it?
Yeah. This place is called No Forks Given. It's out in the Splash and Dash parking lot, just south of Hunt Club, closer to the Alta Vista Animal Hospital. And yeah, they got like wild tasty burgers. They got a lot of super yummy sides, which I got to sample. Their jalapeno poppers are delicious. I haven't tried the pop curds yet, which I'm very excited about. They're like little breaded cheese curds. That's gonna ruin me. But no, it's a really nice environment. Everybody's super chill. Everybody's really involved. And yeah, I had my second day yesterday, and I'm gonna be working there like 3 days a week. And
So you work 7 days a week now at 2 different places, sometimes at the same time.
yeah, I'm gonna be doing some doubles. I think I'm still gonna get Monday off. I'm hoping. But yeah, I'm gonna be working like 6 days a week, like 9 shifts a week. It's gonna be a lot.
Well, times is tough. You got to make that money. You know why? Because money buys goods and services.
Mm-hmm. And Mama needs a new pair of everything.
Yeah, it'd be nice not to. I don't want to get into that, but it'd be nice to have more money.
Mm-hmm.
More money is a good thing.
Although sometimes I hear it brings more problems.
Ha! Yeah. Anyway, you want to play a song?
Yeah. Let's play some tunes.
Okay. This is a song from the local band Audio Visceral, good friends of ours. My buddy Gary's the drummer of this band. We go way back to the Thunder Bay days. Anyway, Audio Visceral, this is a song called Poop Noises, Ego and Vice.
I know you think it would be romantic, but experience is proven problematic. Jinx or hacks or voodoo curse. Best of intentions, take it for the worst. Yeah, don't know why, but things seem to go south when I open my heart and it goes in my mouth. Afraid of the bad too, yeah, little song. That's when it gave me the idea job. So let's live in the moment and not dwell upon it. I can't spit out something like there's a coupon for it. Believe that I love you and don't let it vex us and let's leave the lyrics to my exes. Yeah, don't let it out to the song. That's where shit goes wrong. I don't wanna give you the facts. They just don't come right when I rise. When I look at my soul and I get it perspective, yeah, you might be receptive or you might get infected. Son of a rose has a prick of a thorn. Records affection and calamity born, yeah. Such of my emotions, I'm not the director. I kick a trick and suck it like I'm building a vector. Never so rare, I am so raw and so tender. What's getting sent back, return to sender. The more I give you, the more that you need. The less that I have, well, the more your heart bleeds. Believe that I love you and don't let it vex us. And listen to battle of all sexes, yeah. Don't let it lie to a song. That's where shit goes wrong. Don't wanna give you the facts. They just don't go right when I write. Don't let me lie to a song. That's where shit goes wrong. Don't wanna give you the facts. They just don't go right when I write. Don't let me lie to a song. That's where shit goes wrong. Don't wanna give you the facts. They just don't go right when I write.
So now that everything's open and whatnot, I've been kind of wanting to go to a restaurant. However, I'm still going to feel that out.
Yeah. I miss restaurants a lot. I do, but I'm not sure that I'm comfortable being in one yet.
Well, let's see how she goes.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a little time, see if people ruin it for everyone again. I'm going to give it a week or two.
We could go to, like, Big Al's and have breakfast.
Oh, fuck yes. Let's please do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was gonna say is that now that restaurants are open, people, and you guys are all like itching to go out, don't go to the Keg. Don't go to fucking Applebee's. Don't go to a local place
Yeah.
and eat food.
Yeah.
Go to a locally owned place and go out for dinner there because those people need your help more than fucking the Keg.
Yeah. If you can.
Milestones and that bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, people at chains are going to be hurting, but they also have the money to like keep paying everybody. Like they're not going to go under because you didn't visit them, but local restaurants, like especially like little chef-owned restaurants. Oh, bless you. Especially like chef-owned restaurants, like they need your help. They need your patronage, and if you can, like, keep ordering from them. Keep picking up your stuff. If you feel comfortable, like go and sit down and have a meal and just be grateful that you can do that again.
Yeah, and search out local restaurants and try them.
And tip well, because those servers are hurting a lot.
Yeah, and tip those people.
Yeah.
Tip them over.
Oh.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think people are like chomping at the... Well, maybe they are. Yeah, they are. I even noticed yesterday that there was more cars on the road. Like it was... And
I noticed that too.
That might be people going to work too, but it's so funny that I'm sure there was a whole handful of people that just said, "Oh, everything's open again," and then there's like hundreds of people just walking around the mall.
Oh God,
You know what I
can't
mean?
imagine
It's
going
just
to
like-
a mall.
That's just weird priority. That's just weird compulsion. Just like, let's go to the mall. Why?
Why?
Why go to the mall?
I can understand it if it's like the older folks that would say go to like Billings Bridge and need to have their like coffee and canasta and walk around because that's their social life. But like regular Joe who's just like, I'm just gonna go wander around the mall. Why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I think it's all nuts.
I don't know. But what's new with you? What are you up to? Sweet FA?
Oh, fuck all.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's not much. Bands are zero.
Mm-hmm.
No bands. Well, there's bands, but there's no bands. And I find the longer you get into the lockdown, well, we're in the lockdown, or the longer the whole pandemic has gone on, it's like the communication becomes less, too, because people get complacent at home, where it's like before we... Remember how much there'd be like, oh, let's get together and have Zoom chats with your friends and all that
Yep.
shit. And now everyone's just like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I find if I don't reach out to people, I'll never fucking hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been that way, though. I love my friends, and they're personable, wonderful people. But it's just like, no, this sounds like I'm shitting on people, because I'm not shitting on people. Maybe I'm just explaining my point of view on it, of my lifestyle. It's like I sit at home and I want to talk to people, so I'll send a bunch of texts out. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And they'll respond back more or less of the time. But if I give that a week, I don't hear a fucking peep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the odd one would be like, "What's up?" But no one calls and says, "What's up?" anymore. That kind of bugs me. It's like if I wanted to throw like a barbecue with people, I gotta fucking plan it to the T and almost like twist everyone's arm to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I didn't, that wouldn't happen. Like, why don't people like just keep in touch? I don't fucking know what I'm going on about. I'm just been cooped up. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. And it might simply be like people not coming back with like, oh, what's up? Because the answer is going to be like, not much. And it's like, you already know that.
yeah, all the online Zooms and let's do an online music video and all that shit's just like everyone's just burnt. They're
Yeah,
like,
everybody's over it.
and it's all been kind of done too, and it's just like whatever. Everyone's just getting through their lives, going to work, hanging out with their families and stuff like that, which is fine, and that's all you should be doing. But the whole rush of just like the new normal the transition into the new normal was very kind of like involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now everyone's just kind of like, man, whatever. I don't know what's going to happen with the bands. I honestly don't. Goat doesn't have a drummer. And as far as the Riptides go, I don't think the Riptides will ever stop, but they have more priorities than I do. So that who knows where that's going to go, if that will even get started again once everyone gets settled into their lives and stuff. I don't know. I hope so. That's personal business that I'm not going to share, though.
No.
Well, and I'm just assuming. I'm just coming to my own conclusions on that, and I hope it keeps going. I really do.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But it's just like you have to think about, like, even with GOAT and stuff like that, like, realistically, it's going to be almost, well, when's the last show we played? Last December or so. It would probably be, like, probably won't be the spring even where we can think about maybe playing shows. I don't know. But it's just like, when you fall back into that, is it going to be, oh, this is great, or is it going to be, oh, yeah, this. Maybe I don't want to do this anymore, because now we got to work in a new drummer. We got to find a new drummer. Yeah, and then I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work now, where before it was just part of your everyday.
Yeah.
Just part of your schedule
Now you got to work for it.
Now it's like now you got to work it back into everything else, because you have new priorities and new responsibilities and new routines and shit. It's gonna be hard to get everyone together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To where it's, because before, it's just like that's what you did. Now it's what you don't do, and then all of a sudden you can't just say, okay, that's what we do again, because everyone's gonna be like, oh no, because I got this to do now on this day and this to do now.
Yeah,
and rescheduling is gonna be all goofy.
Everybody's priorities have changed. Everybody's schedule has changed.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, this whole thing is just completely turned over, like, my life. Honestly, it has.
It has.
It totally has. And I try not to think about it, and I still feel normal. I still feel the same. But really, if it, all of a sudden they said, oh, pandemic or the coronavirus is gone for some reason. It's gone now.
Yep.
We just did some testing. Everyone in the hospital just all of a sudden got better. Like in Stephen King, like, then one day it just went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's like getting out of bed and like, I feel great.
I've got a new lease on life.
Yeah. People would lose their fucking minds.
Yep.
I don't know what I'd do. What do you do first? Oh, I'm totally going to get, I don't know. It is.
I'm going to lick everything. Nothing can hurt me.
Everything's different. Everything's different. But it's just like, when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's like, yeah, I look the same. And then you see someone who hasn't seen you, or you see, in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're like, whoa, you look like different. I'm like, what? No, I'm the same. That's the same thing in your brain during this. It's like, yeah, I'm still the same person. Am I? Put me in the exact same situations I was in, or same routines I was in a year and a half ago. I don't know. I'd probably have completely different thoughts on them now.
Yeah.
Take me, time travel me back to December of 2019. I'd probably be like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't even know. I can't really explain what I'm talking about. I'm rambling a bit.
I do understand it. Like, if I were to like go back and, look at myself, just as you said, December 2019, before all of this went banana sandwich, I would, first of all, I'd be freaked out about people just wandering around, no masks, touching everything.
Yeah.
I think I'd get a little freaked out. I'm just like, you have no idea what's coming.
I'd turn within a week. I'd be that guy on the street corner with the sign, "The end is near."
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd look like Mr. Burns when he goes crazy, where he's wearing like the Kleenex boxes on his feet, and he's got the beard and the long nails.
The Howard Hughes.
Get in the spruce moose.
That was the Howard Hughes reference.
Yeah. That's what would happen.
Yeah. No, we've all, like, regardless of what our lives have, like, our routines and shit like that, mentally, we're all different now. Mm-hmm. We just don't realize it because we've lived through it. We're all completely different people.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine, like, you going back to your music. Like, I can't imagine going back and doing theater again. Well, I can, but it's just like, first of all, that's going to take 1,000 years for that to get going again, because it's the same thing about playing shows, where it's just like, you may be able to get together and rehearse something, but are there going to be venues for it? Are people going to feel comfortable to come out and see it? So, I mean, I miss theater a lot, but I don't know when that's going to come back and if I'm going to feel comfortable doing it again once all of this sort of
Well, here's the thing, too, that
again.
I was thinking about, too, is just like, say we did lose some venues, which I think we have. I haven't really kept up on it. For music, let's say. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people have been, like, super, super proactive during this pandemic and have, like, called ahead and said, whenever you open, we want to book this date, and just have dates booked. And it says, and they say, like, if we're still in a lockdown, if we still can't, then just cancel it, but I want to be on the books. I wonder how many bands and like people have done that to the point where we are allowed to play at shows again to the limited venues.
But they're all booked up.
Yeah, booked up for a fucking year or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Where it's just like, yeah, we're looking to play this gig now, man. We're booked until like next summer. What?
That's wild.
Yeah, it's just like there's places to play, but get in line.
Yep. Everybody's just chomping at the bit to get back out there that they're like, we'll take anything. We'll go.
Yeah, and that
What have you got?
And that's just not even local. You say, well, let's travel then. Let's tour outside Ottawa. Everyone went through this.
Yeah.
Everyone did, and there's like Toronto. Toronto's bigger than Ottawa. You might be backed up for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Same with like Montreal and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like even though you get a band back together and you're ready to play shows and you jam and you practice, you may never not never, but you might be waiting a year to play anywhere.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Well,
Again, it's going to be the same thing with theater. Like trying to book a venue and get into a place, and good luck.
We got to go back to the old fucking way we did it back when I was a kid, where we weren't old enough to get into venues or into bars. Plus in Thunder Bay, there was only like 2, where we'd rent out fucking the Legion,
Nice.
put on our own damn shows. That's going to be a huge thing in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Putting like the well, maybe not the punk houses because those ones are going to be fucking. Well, maybe stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just like really underground gigs, and you rent out a pool hall for an evening for whatever, and put on your own show. Pay to play, but hopefully you'll make some money back. But at least you'll get to do it.
Play at your local bowling alley.
Yeah, but the average local band where it's like you could book a show, it's going to be.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, fuck. That's a lot of. See, everything's hard now. Everything was just so simple before. Well,
In retrospect.
yeah, back when all we had to worry about was global warming.
Uh.
But Trump turned that off, so we didn't. Yeah, so we didn't have to worry about that for a while.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice of him.
Yeah, he said
Just gonna flip the switch on that. You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, and then the pandemic started, and global warming took a backseat again. Well, in people's eye,
Yeah.
for a bit. Not that it never went away, but I'm sure there's still some people that were very, we still recycle during the pandemic, that type of shit, but I don't know. It's just focus is weird. What are we going to worry about? I guess that's what would be our main concern once the pandemic's over is just global warming again. What's the biggest concern to our life on this planet is probably global warming. Then it was the pandemic, and now it's back to global warming eventually. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, global warming always. Did you hear Texas is like freezing right now?
Oh, I know, because I listen to my podcast. I was listening to Cornette and like all the guys with Connor Thompson, like Tony Schiavone and Arn Anderson. They all live in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow a couple people like on Instagram and stuff like that, and like Griffin McElroy from all those podcasts. He just literally posted a picture of the water coming out of his tap had frozen. Like literally just an icicle coming out of his tap. And I was like, it's fucking Texas. How is this happening?
Well, here, I don't worry about that kind of stuff because people will say, oh my God, it's like this is caused by the climate change and shit like that. But then the one thing I look for is like, Texas hasn't had this much snow since 1948. Oh, so it's happened before.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that much of a. It's
Yeah, it's not like it's been
rare.
never.
It's rare, but it's not a complete catastrophic, life-changing event. You know what I mean? If they said Texas has never had snow in the history of Texas ever, then you'd be like,
shit.
That's
yeah.
interesting. What's going on there?
But I think if suddenly like it started happening more regularly, then you'd be like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like if they say like it hasn't happened since like the 40s, but then it like happens this year and then it happens like a couple weeks later, or it happens like next year, you'd be like, okay, this is a problem.
Sure. When it's not rare anymore, it becomes normal. Or not normal, but reoccurring, I guess, when it's not supposed to. But I don't know. Shit happens, you know what I mean? Like, who can explain it? But then, because it's a big story and it doesn't happen that often, you see it on the news and it's like, Texas has been shut down.
Yeah.
There's a state of emergency. There's 7 inches of snow in Texas.
Meanwhile,
the
us,
the
we're
National
laughing.
Guard has been called out to assist,
And us in Northern Ontario are just like, heh heh.
I snowblowed twice yesterday.
Yep.
Fuck, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, Texas.
As long as you have power, which as I understand a lot of people do not, which is unfortunate. But yeah, go build a goddamn snowman. Make a snow angel.
Yeah. And it's not like it's always warm down there. Like, it's not like you think of like the South and it's just always desert and tumbleweeds. You know what I mean? Like, they have weather. They have seasons.
Yeah.
It's not like Canadian seasons, but we were in Florida that time and it was fucking freezing. We were in... Where was the first stop there? Not North Carolina. No, that was the first stop we were in. Anyway, I don't remember, but we were in a place it was supposed to be warm, and we were like, it was like Canada cold.
What?
I can't remember where the fuck we were, though. Anyway.
Oh. Weather, huh? We've talked about weather for the last...
Pensacola.
Pensacola?
That's Pensacola, Florida, but we were in... I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, it blows. Summer would be nice.
Summer is nice. Get the barbecue going. Be able to sit out in the backyard.
I was thinking.
Go for walks.
Last week. I was thinking about barbecuing. I was gonna shovel out the barbecue and maybe just to change it up. You know what I mean? But now that you are just working all the time, I guess there's not much point. I'm not gonna barbecue by myself.
Oh.
Yeah, you ruined it.
Oh.
It's ruined.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to shovel anymore anyway.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And today's my day off, and I ain't doing shit. I'm going to drive you home, and then I'm coming back, and I ain't doing shit because I spent the last 4 days out in the bullshit. So,
yeah. I worked my main job. I ended up having, I normally have Monday, Tuesday off, but I actually worked at the new place both days. So I'm actually doing 7 days this week. So I'm back at the OG job this evening until... And then I work doubles on Saturday and Sunday, so that's going to be buck wild. Literally go from one job to another. And then if I'm still alive on Monday, I'm just going to fucking be a bum all day. Because I will have earned it. Yeah, I'll just sit, play some games, listen to my podcast. I have a new podcast that I'm like completely addicted to right now. It's called The Empty Bowl.
What is it?
And it is... It's hosted by Justin McElroy, of course, because I love the McElroys. Justin McElroy and Dan Goubert. And it is a meditative podcast about cereal.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
Yeah, where it's just like, it's like soothing, almost like stuff you would hear in like a massage therapy place, like that sort of music in the background. And it's literally these two dudes. One is a cereal enthusiast. One's like a cereal journalist. And they just talk about cereal news for like 30 minutes. And it's weirdly the most calming thing. And I just like listen to it all day. And I'm just like, oh, this is nice. And then I'll go and like eat a bowl of Trix while I listen to it.
So that's where we're at in our lives, eh?
Yep.
Serial blogger? What? Serial who?
It's a meditative podcast about cereal.
I know, but what are those people? You said
one is a cereal enthusiast and one is a cereal journalist. He runs a cereal blog.
Oh, boy.
About cereal news.
Well, hey, man, I guess whatever pays the bills, whatever you're interested in. Serial killer. Can I be a serial killer?
Are you going to, is that cereal with an S or a C?
Well, obviously a C, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, you're going to kill boxes of cereal? Do it.
I'm going to be a serial killer. Serial killer. Oh, that'd be a cool punk band name.
Yeah,
I bet you it has been one.
Yeah, probably.
Serial as in cereal and killer? Serial
Yeah.
killer. Haha.
I like it.
I'm smart. All right, let's play a song. This is the Fly Downs, a song called All the Way. They're a local band. Jesse's a buddy of mine. I played the song on the podcast before, but fuck it. It's my show, and I like it. So, enjoy. This is Ego and Vice.
It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. Setting me up for the big one, they order me up something strong, it won't stop even losing a life for you.
Eventually you will be strong, holding them up by the neck. Don't drop them yet, only before we go. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. Shatter me after this is done. The pieces will fall into place. I won't stop till we're utterly done with this phase. I'm after an ultimate wisdom. I'm looking for peace in my head. I won't stop even losing till I'm 40. Oh. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand. It's been a long day, take it all the way, and I just don't think that you would understand.
All right, so I guess we're going to wrap this up. There's not a ton to talk about, but like we said, go to local places
Mm-hmm.
and shop at local places.
Support your local businesses. Again, the big chains they're gonna be okay. So go check out your local business individual
Business.
business.
Yeah, and sorry there's not a ton to talk about, but like I said, we are obligated to keep putting out the podcast because it keeps us happy. And,
We are under contract, yes.
Yeah, and it's also it's a good thing to stay motivated for, because if we can stick to this schedule,
There's nothing we can't do.
I know, at least like we have to do this once a week. What?
Oh my God, who has the time?
No, it's good. I enjoy the podcast.
Me
I do.
too.
But we're gonna have some guests on. We have some things in the works,
Mm-hmm.
so it'll get a little bit more interesting. I know we're like fascinating and all, but it's okay. Yeah, pretty soon we'll have some guests on, and we'll try to get back to, maybe as things open up too, we'll try to get back to what Ego and Vice was kind of meant to be.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, we're gonna let you go because we have lives to live,
Mm-hmm.
sort of.
Places to go, people
so-
to kill.
Yeah, you can find Ego and Vice on Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Your favorite podcasts.
Your favorite.
We're there, and you can also reach us or always reach us at egoandvice@gmail.com. But in the meantime, and in between time, we're out of here. So my name's Mike,
My name is Steph.
and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.